It is July 7th, 2020. We're here on the rooftop of 3419 Utah Street in San Diego, California, 92104. We've walked the perimeter of the house. We did not see any main sewer cleanouts coming from the crawl space out to access, so we're starting here on the rooftop, which we'd like to do anyway sometimes to make sure the vent is in good condition. In this case, it appears that it's been replaced with 2-inch ABS plastic. This wouldn't have been original to the house. This was upgraded. Here's our transition right here into the sewer main. You can see we got a little bit of cobwebs and debris on the face of our camera, so we're going to pause for 1 second to clean that off. Okay, so we've got our lens cleaned off, so we're going to start from that same spot here, push down the line. So you can see that this is all new ABS pipe that was installed. This is plastic, and we can see some of that from the crawl space when we looked inside. Here we have a T-junction right here. We do have a bathroom that was added to the house on a back slab. So off the master bedroom, there's a master bathroom that's been installed. We do have a vent on the rooftop for that. We did not see any cleanouts. We'll show the vent over there, but it's going to have some twists and turns on the vent, we know, unlike this front vent, so that's why we're starting here. So again, this is newer plastic pipe. The cast iron was taken out under the house for part of the run. And then you can see right here, we're going back into the cast iron. So you can see here, we're changing from the clean black smooth plastic, a little bit of buildup there, but to the heavier cast iron. Now you can see right there, we're seeing a wall of little debris and buildup. And that's what happens with old cast iron. It does look like the two pipes are aligned properly, but anytime cast iron is cut into, it's always going to have some large scale and buildup of deposits on the inside that actually reduce the inside diameter. A plumber is supposed to go ahead and kind of essentially machine or grind the inside down to kind of clean that edge so you don't hit a thick wall, which then causes this, a little lake, a pool of water and debris and things that kind of collect and lead to a stoppage as well, possibly. So we're going to go ahead and try to jump over that so you can see right there that little fitting that's left, and then it appears to go back into some plastic again. So looks like they left that one fitting for some reason, and then we go back into some plastic. Got a little bit of debris on the bottom of the line here, but it is newer pipe. And we've got a little bit of standing water here again. So this could be due to, again, a sag or a belly in the pipe. So when we buy our plastic pipe, it doesn't come perfectly flat. The sunlight, just after a few minutes, actually bows the pipe. So you have to check it before you install it. And then after it's installed, you're supposed to support the pipe either with hangers if it's above the ground, or if it's slightly close by, then we actually shade the pipe with rocks and dirt to hold it in place. This also could be just due to some regular buildup or a stoppage in the line, as well as another cast iron transition where there's causing a little damming effect. So you can see we've got just this little constant little lake pool of water. You can see right there, we can see a little bit better now. Grabbing a little bit more debris, kind of blocking the lens, but coming back out here. So everything's supposed to, of course, have a 1/4 inch of downhill slope for every foot it travels, so there should never be any standing water in the line. Okay, now it looks like we're transitioning back to the full cast iron again. So you can see here now we're in the original cast iron completely. So we had that one little transition for some reason that was left in the line. It might have been a T-junction, I don't know. But now we're back into just solid cast iron pipe again. This point right here, distance-wise, is probably because we got to be close to the foundation wall of the house. So we're about to leave, already have left the foundation and are now entering the yard, and so they didn't want to dig up the pipe, or they just didn't need to because the pipe didn't require it yet. Again, we got a little bit of debris in our lens. There we go, it's kind of clearing off. So this cast iron still looks in overall good condition. There is some, obviously, a little bit of deposits and buildup on the bottom, but nothing severe. We're mostly looking for any cracks, breaks, roots, or any other buildup of debris. We've got some water coming into the system right here. We do have a home inspector here, so they may be running water on occasion here. Cast iron still looks in overall good functional condition. Okay, so it looks like here we have a root intrusion in the line. So looks like at this point right here we can see that the cast iron unfortunately has started to fail at this point at least, and or it's a coupling where two pieces come together and the hub is failed, and it's allowing these roots to get into the system here. So you can see all these roots growing in the pipe here on the side walls. I'm going to grab a quick photo of that. Back up a little bit. Okay, that's at a little turn in the line. And it appears that we've possibly transitioned into a clay concrete pipe. Little pieces of debris right there in the left and right hand side. I don't know if that's one little root on one on each side growing in, or if that's some foreign debris. Looks like that's a coupling right there, so we can actually see on the pipe, you can see from top to bottom a complete 360 degrees almost. That is a hub where two pieces of pipe are coming together. So that definitely looks like that's some very small roots intruding right there. Nothing severe as the cast iron one, but a little bit growing in right there. Okay, and then looks like we're dumping into the larger pipe right here. So this already may be the end of the lateral for this line. So we're going to go ahead and check to verify if this line is actually headed towards Utah Street or if it's headed towards the back of the house and then running through an easement. So we're not completely sure, but we do know we need to pull back and locate where those roots are at. But what we're going to do right here is pull back to before this T-junction here. We're going to pause the video and locate where we're at on the property. Okay, so we've located the sewer main, and it does run towards Utah Street. We are right here at about 2 feet deep, and we're right under the city sidewalk, the very beginning. So if you're leaving the front yard, and if you're on the sidewalk looking towards the house, we're on the far left side of the property. So it'd be the far north west corner of the property, and that's where this sewer line right here is located, where we're at in the pipe. And then as we again push forward again just a little bit, you can see we dump into a bigger pipe right here, and it's actually a T-junction as well. So my guess is that on old neighborhoods like this, the neighboring property that's just to the north of here probably junctions and dumps into this part of the line as well. So it probably becomes a shared pipe right here, right at about the city sidewalk, rather than farther out like normal properties do. But we're going to push into this because it could just be a regular T-junction there being used for the turn. It may not be a shared pipe at this point. So we're going to push through this line right here as far as we can go. This is also a concrete clay pipe. See a lot of water roach bugs here. Pipe definitely looks a little bigger. It does look like it's possibly 6-inch. 100 feet now. Not going to be able to push too much more, but the good news is you can see we're coming up here on new PVC Greenbelt pipe. So the city and the contractors that they used went ahead and replaced the line here, and so this line has all been replaced from this point out. Now, again, the distance we're at now from where we stopped is quite far, so we're probably quite into the city street. This is a very wide street here, again, we feel there's a possibility this line that we're in right now is not just for this property, could also be shared by the property just to the north of here. But in either case, there's no issues with the line from the sidewalk area out, but we did want to go ahead and, of course, show proof that the line is intact and there's no issues whether it's being shared or not. So there's no concerns on this part of the pipe at all. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull back to where we have the small roots, very small roots in the clay concrete pipe, and then we had a little bit in the cast iron as well that was a little bit heavier. So we're going to pause the video. Okay, these two small, very tiny roots that are starting to intrude through this hub of the clay concrete pipe is